Okay. Then today we will start with our site-to-site VPN configuration using a FortiManager. Okay. So let us go to lab again once. So now we have multiple sites available in our environment. I am having a DC, I am having branch 1, I am having branch 2, right? This is my DC firewall, branch 1 firewall, branch 2 firewall. We have LAN configured on both the firewalls. WAN configured, this is our WAN, this is our LAN, this is our WAN, this is our LAN. Now my requirement is anyone in my branch can able to access my DC servers. Suppose this is my DC server. Anyone from a branch should be able to access my DC servers using a tunnel or using a public IP or public internet, right? So see how to configure site-to-site tunnel without a FortiManager we already seen. But now we have a firewalls integrated into FortiManager. So now let us try to do this configuration using a FortiManager only. Okay. So let us restart. Power on this, power on this. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll go to device manager. See, whenever we try to configure a VPNs, we have two methods using a FortiManager. One is manual. Manual means we need to configure manually phase 1 and phase 2 in all firewalls. Then we need to do manual routing, then security policy. And another method is like from a VPN manager. Whenever you do manual configuration, you need to do it from a device manager. Under device manager, you need to go to each firewall and do a configuration like phase 1, phase 2 tunnel configuration, then routing policy, routing and security policy. Another thing is we can do via VPN manager. When we do from a VPN manager, we will create a template. Template would be used for a phase 1 and a phase 2. Okay. Then this particular templates would be added to our firewalls. We don't need to do manual configuration on all the firewalls then. We have phase 1, phase 2 configured. We just added this phase 1, phase 2 to all the firewalls. Our tunnel configuration would be done. Only thing is then we need to do routing and a security policy. Okay. So first we will try to do a manual configuration like from a device manager. Then we will go with the VPN manager also. When we are going with the VPN manager, we would be having an option to create a topology. Like what type of topology we need. Full mesh or hub and spoke. We have different type of topologies available when we are going with the VPN manager. Okay. But with the manual configuration, we don't have that options. We need to create manually tunnels on all the firewalls. So with the manual configuration, we will create a tunnel between DC and our branch 1. And we'll see if the traffic is going from a branch 1 to DC or DC to branch 1, vice versa. Okay. Done. Now let us open again. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Okay. I opened a device manager now. Let me go to DC firewall first. Whenever we are doing a manual configuration, first thing I need to create a VPN here. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Display options. I will select a VPN. Phase 1, phase 2 selectors. Done. Under a VPN, I need to go to IPsec phase 1. I need to create a phase 1 now. So I will say BR1 subnet or BR1 tunnel DC to BR1. Okay. Then what is the public IP of a BR1 branch 1? 100.1.2.1. Done. 100.1.2.1. What is our local interface? Our WAN interface. This is port 4 is my WAN interface. Okay. Then what is the preset key I wanted to use? Then what would be my, I will be using like phase 2 or I will be using IKE version 2. Then what would be the encryption algorithms I am using? I will be using DES and MD5. Then Diffie-Hellman group, I will be using a port 5, group number 5. Okay, that's all. Then we need to create a phase 2 also. So phase 2, I will say again BR1. What phase 1 interface we need to use? I will say I will use phase number 1, this interface. Then group 5 also. Then again phase 2 encryption algorithms, DES and MD5. Okay. Then we need to even use our local subnet and remote subnet. So what is my local subnet and my DC? 192.168.1.0. Okay, this is not 10.0, this is 1.0. And remote subnet 2.0. So I'll say 192.168.1.0/24. Then my remote subnet 192.168.2.0/24. Okay, is it clear? Done. Then after this, I need to go to router, static route. I need to create one static route pointing towards a tunnel interface. Where is our BR1? Okay. What is the subnet? Remote subnet 192.168.2.0/24. There would be no gateway required. Done. Let us do this particular installation first. Install device settings. Done. Done. What preview? Okay, before that let us create at a branch 1 also. Okay, so even in a branch 1 VPN phase 1, I need to create a phase 1. I will say this would be connecting to DC BR1 to DC subnet. Okay, what is the DC IP? 100.1.1.1. Getting my point, right, guys? Whatever we are doing, you are able to grab it, right? 100.1.1.1. Then what is our local interface? Our WAN. Pre-shared key FortiGate. Phase 2, I am using IKE version 2. Then DES MD5 group 5. Okay, done. Let us go phase 2 for a branch also. Create new. I will say this would be my DC subnet or DC tunnel group 5. Then what is the encryption and authentication I am using? DES MD5. Then interesting traffic. What is my local subnet at branch? 2.0/24. What is my remote subnet for a DC? 192.168.1.0/24. Okay, done. Now under a routing static route, I can say I wanted to go 192.168.1.0/24, and this would be going via tunnel interface. Tunnel interface is DC. Done. Let us install this particular thing now. Install device settings. Let us see what all things would be installed. Install preview. We'll be having a phase 1 created. We'll be having an interface created, a phase 2 created, and a routing created. And the same thing would be for a DC also. Phase 1, then interface, phase 2, then routing. Done. Let us install this. Let it get installed. I'll come in 1 minute. Okay, installation finished. Done. Let us see if the tunnels are up or down. Still we have not configured policy. Okay, let us see monitor. both the tunnels are down only because we need to configure security policy, right? So we have a branch 1 and a branch DC firewall. So we will do a normalized interface configuration for our tunnel interface. You see, this is my tunnel interface. There is no normalized interface configure, so I will configure a normalized interface. I can do it directly from tunnel interface also. So I'll edit this, scroll down. You see map to normalized interface. As of now nothing is there. We'll create new normalized interface. The name we will give it as a tunnel. Okay, done. Sorry, tunnel, done. Same thing I will do for our DC firewall also. So I can create one security policy that would be applied to both the things. Map to normalized interface. I will say tunnel, done. Now we need to allow our security policy from LAN to tunnel, tunnel to LAN, right? Let us create a security policy now. I'll create new policy. I will say the name as LAN and tunnel. Okay, incoming interface, it can be anything, a LAN interface or tunnel interface. Outgoing interface, it can be anything, a LAN or a tunnel interface. A source, I need to give a source, so let us create a source. 1 minute. 1 minute. Koni bhaiya? Koni, baby koni? Okay, so I need to create two subnets. One is DC subnet, one is a branch subnet. Let us create that also now to add it into our policy. I'll say DC subnet 192.168.1.0/24. Done. DC object. Then I will create another object. Branch subnet. Under a branch subnet, I will give, instead of a subnet, I will say range. I have two branches, right? 192.168.2.0 to 192.168.3.255. This is my range. So this range will cover both of our branches, 2.0 and 3.0, everything. Okay, done. So branch object. Okay, so under a source I will say branch object as well as a DC object. Under destination also I will say both things, a branch object as well as DC object. Done. Tunnel policy. Okay, now see, this is our tunnel policy, but this policy is installed in all these firewalls, but in third firewall we don't have a tunnel created, right? So in third firewall, when we install a policy, we will get an error. So we don't want this particular policy should be installed on all the firewalls. What I can do? Oh, okay, it is saying deny. Let me do one thing. Say accept. And under a installation target, I don't want this to be installed on all the firewalls. I want it on BR and DC only, not on BR2. Okay, branch 1 and DC, not on branch 2. Done. Now let us install this policy. Install wizard, firewall policy. Done. Install this. By the time this is getting installed, let us have this PC IP address, IP 192.168.2.100/24 192.168.2.1. Ping 192.168.2.1. It is pinging. So let us see if the tunnel is up. Okay, policy is installed. Done. Now let us go to VPN manager again. We'll see tunnel is up. Tunnel is up now. So now let me try to ping IP 192.168.1.1, which is behind the tunnel. We are pinging from here. A 1.1 IP is configured on firewall port number 1. Okay. Now from this particular PC also I will try to ping 2.100. 2.1 we are able to ping, 2.100 we are able to ping. So we are able to ping from a DC to a branch, from a branch to a DC, right? Whenever you configure a manual VPN, now suppose I have third firewall, right? In my environment I am having third firewall. If I try to ping 3.1, it will not ping as of now because there is no tunnel. 3.1 we are not able to ping because a tunnel is configured only between a branch 1 and a DC. On a branch 2 there is no IPsec tunnel or no VPNs has been configured. If you see, nothing is there, tunnel 0, phase 2 also it would be 0 only, right? So now if I want to configure on branch 3, I need to again configure manually from a branch to DC, from a branch 1 to branch 2, then it will work, or else it will not work. Okay, is it clear how to configure manually tunnel between our firewalls? Any questions, guys?
No, it's clear.
Okay, then we will remove whatever configuration we have done. Then we'll go to normal configuration like hub and spoke topology. Now see, now in our environment I want a topology like my DC should be acting as a hub, my branch should connect to a DC, my branch 2 also connect to a DC, and even branch to branch communication I should be going via DC or hub only. Okay, so this is, we call it a star topology or hub and spoke topology. Let us try to do this topology using our FortiManager. Okay, so for that I will remove whatever configuration we have done till now. So let us remove a security policy, or delete a policy, go to device manager again. We have configured our normalized interfaces, right? Let us delete that normalized interfaces also. We cannot delete interface directly, just I need to uncheck a normalized interface for now. Same thing on a DC also. Sorry, done. Okay, then on a DC I'll go to VPN phase 2. Okay, before that I am having a routing. Let us delete a routing also. Delete. On a branch also I will delete a routing. Okay, then on a DC I will go phase 2. Done. Let me delete phase 1. Okay, we'll delete it after deployment. Phase 1 will be deleted after deployment, no worries. Phase 2 delete. Okay, done. Let us do a deployment. Device and policy, firewall policy, done. Okay, installation done. Let us go to phase 1 again. BR firewall, phase 1. Let us try to delete now. Okay, deleted. DC firewall, phase 1. Let us try to delete now. Okay, deleted. Let us again install Install policy package, firewall policy. Done. Install. Okay, finished. Now we will create a hub and spoke topology. For hub and spoke topology, we will not go from a device manager. We need to do it from a VPN manager. Let us go to VPN community. By default, centralized VPN management would be disabled. You can enable it. Once you enable, the first step. So whenever you are configuring a VPN via VPN manager, what you need to do? Step 1, we need to create a VPN community. VPN community is like a template. It will ask you what is the topology you wanted to use, then what is the phase 1 parameter, then what is the phase 2 parameter. Okay, then step 2, add firewalls into community. Okay, now let us do it. First I will create a community. I will say I wanted to use a star topology. I will give it a name as a hub and spoke. Okay, I cannot give. I will say hub. Name has the limitations of letters. Then I will say I will use a specific pre-shared key. Then IKE version 2. I wanted to use okay, delete this also. Des MD5. Then under phase 2 also we need to select a des and MD5. Okay, done. Click next. I will say I don't want a VPN manager, sorry, VPN zone. I will do a normal interface configuration. Then group, whatever group we wanted to use, we need to give. Okay, then next. Done. Now we have created a VPN community, but there is no firewalls added. You see 0 gateway added. Double click on a VPN community, then create new, go to managed gateway, protected subnet. What is your protected subnet? We can say we have created a LAN subnet, right? So each LAN subnet has a different firewalls added. So I can give my LAN subnet as my protected subnet. Then what is your device, hub device? My hub device would be my DC. What is a VPN interface? WAN interface. So I can say a WAN as a VPN interface. Local gateway, nothing. Then under advanced, from a DC I wanted to advertise specific subnet. Okay, what subnet I wanted to add? Summary address. I will create like a branch subnet, or sorry, a DC subnet and both the branches. I can say one specific subnet I will advertise 192. Okay, I will create one subnet, firewall address. Okay, the IP net mask would be 192.168.0.0/16. This particular subnet I wanted to advertise to both the firewalls or both the branches. So we don't need to do manual configuration of a routing. Summary address, done. Then under advanced, 1 minute, hold on. Okay, done. Done. Now I will add our managed gateway. I will add my spokes now. LAN subnet. So I wanted to add a role as a spoke for a BR1. Done. Default interface would be again WAN interface. You remember we have configured normalized interfaces, right, in last classes. Then under advanced, a local subnet, nothing, we don't need to add anything now. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, done. Now I will add another thing, which is my branch 2. I will say my LAN subnet again. Click on next, spoke. I will be adding a branch 2. Done. VPN subnet would be my WAN subnet, WAN interface. Done. Done. Okay. Now click on install wizard, install policy package, firewall policy. Let us see what all things would be installed now. Install preview. Okay, at the branch 1 I would be having a one interface created, phase 1 interface, one system interface, one phase 2 interface, then one static route also created. At the branch 2 also, one phase 1 interface, one system interface, one phase 2 interface, and static route. At the DC, phase 1 interface, system interface, and the phase 2 interface, again one more phase 2 interface. Done. Okay, at a DC we need to do a manual routing configuration. Okay, finish. Now I'll go to DC firewall. I need to do manual configuration of a routing on both the firewalls, right, at branch 2 and branch 1. So I'll create a new, say, static route. I will add 192.168.1.0 slash, sorry, 2.0 slash 24. This would be going via hub 2. 1 minute. Hub 2 is what hub? I need to first figure out these things now. Hub 2 would be going to branch 1. Hub 3 would be going to branch 2. Okay, done. Create new static route 192.168.2.0 slash 24. Then device, this would be going to hub 2. Okay, then another route I need to add, static route. You would be saying again 192.168.3.0 slash 24, and this would be going to my hub 3. Okay, done. Now we have configured both hub and both the static routes. Now let us go to our branch 1 system interface. I need to say this would be, I am adding into tunnel interface. I need to map this to tunnel interface, right? Normalized interface configuration. Then at the branch 2 also, tunnel interface, done. Okay. At a DC, I can add one tunnel interface. I need to add another interface also. Let us see what will happen. Tunnel interface, I will add one. If I add another interface as a normalized tunnel interface, it will not work, because one normalized interface can be mapped to one interface only in a physical firewall or virtual firewall. If I try to add what will happen, let us see. 1 minute. Okay, we are getting some error. Normalized interface, tunnel interface is already added, is already used by interface sub 1. Are you sure you want to save the current mapping, which will remove the previous mapping? So one normalized interface can be added to one interface only in our box. So let us create another tunnel interface. I will say to BR2 tunnel. Okay, done. BR2 tunnel. Okay, done. Okay, we have configured this, but it is removed. So now I will add this also. Tunnel interface. Okay. Now only thing is we need to create security policy. So we need to create multiple security policies. One would be from LAN to BR1, one would be from LAN to BR2, another would be from tunnel to tunnel also, because traffic from BR1 to BR2 will go via firewall, right? Our DC only. So now let us create this. One would be LAN and BR1. So incoming interface LAN and a tunnel. Outgoing interface also a LAN and a tunnel. Okay. A source can be anything, our DC subnet or our branch subnet. A destination can be anything, our DC subnet or our branch subnet. Okay, then accept this traffic. BR1 policy. Okay, done. I will clone this policy. We'll say LAN to BR2. Okay, LAN tunnel. Here the tunnel interface will not be there. Here the interface would be our BR2 interface. This tunnel interface we don't want here. Okay, this is also we don't want. We want a BR2 interface. Okay, rest all things are same only. BR2 policy. Okay, done. Now another policy we need only at a DC firewall. Let us create. Traffic will come from tunnel interface and it will go from tunnel interface. Okay, the incoming traffic may come from this tunnel interface and outgoing go from BR2 tunnel interface. Okay, BR2 and tunnel interface. I'll give source as any, destination as any, except you can give more specific source and destination also. Tunnel to tunnel. And this policy we only need at a DC firewall. Okay, done. Now LAN to BR1 policy only need to install at a DC and a branch 1. Branch 1 and a DC. LAN to BR2 policy only need at a branch 2 and a DC. Last policy, a DC firewall policy, only need at a DC firewall, right? Done. So this is done, our configuration. Now let us install this. Install wizard. Okay, before it is getting installed, let us see. I am able to ping 3.1, no. I am able to ping 2.100, no. Let us install this now. Okay, there is some error came, don't know, let us see. At the BR2 there is some error came, we'll see it later. Okay, DC and branch 1 it is done. We'll try to do BR2 again. It is still not working, we'll see. But why if there was an error for branch 2. We'll see again. Let us see. Copy failed log. Skip firewall policy 3 by scope. Validation error fail or by dynamic interface check. Skip firewall policy by scope. Failed dynamic interface BR2 tunnel mapping unidentified for a device. BR2. Okay. Got it. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Let us see first why it is not working for a DC and BR1 now. Let us go again and VPN manager. Monitor. Traffic is up between our BR1 and DC. So why it is not working? Let us see. I will go to branch 1. Routing. Static route. 192.168.0.0. Okay. DC also I have given a static routes. 2.0 to hub 2, 3.0 to hub 3. Right. Okay. Then why it is not showing? Let us see. Okay. I'll log into our DC firewall only first. Okay. Admin. Login read write. Okay. VPN tunnels. IPsec tunnel. Hub 2 is up and running. 100.1.2.1. Okay. Policy and object firewall policy. Okay. LAN hub 2 is there. 192.168.2.0, 3.0. DC subnet is also there. What is the DC subnet here? 1.0. 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Okay, it should be up and running only now. So let me go to network, static routes. Two dot zero is there. Okay, let me go to our branch 1. Login, read and write. Yes. Firewall policy. We have from LAN to hub 1, LAN to hub 1. Branch subnet is there, DC subnet is there, DC subnet is there, branch subnet is there. Action accept, no NAT required. Okay, let us go to network, static routes. We have 192.168.0.0/16 going via hub 1. Then why the traffic is not flowing? Let us see. We will come here, forward traffic. I'll do here. Okay, I'll filter this. I'll say source would be 1.1 and I will say a destination would be 192.168.2.100. Why it is not working? Let us see. Okay, previously it was working, but now it is not working. I'll say 2.1 first. Okay, 2.1 is working, 2.100 is not working. Okay, now it is working. It just took couple of minutes for a policy to update, but even still a branch 3 is not working or branch 2 is not working. Why? Because there is a mismatch of our interface configurations on a security policy. If you see our security policy, this BR2 tunnel is not there on our branch 2, so it will not work. Let us do one thing. I will edit this. Edit it. This we cannot install on our both the firewalls. I need to have separate policy. I will say this BR2 and LAN and BR2 I will only install in. Okay, we can do one thing. This we will install only in a DC. This we can install in all the firewalls. I will say installation target would be remove this. Okay, installation target would be set installation to default. Okay, this I will only install in our DC firewall. I don't want anything on this. Okay, let us install this again. Install wizard. Because that BR2 normalized interface is not available in our branch 2 firewall, right? That was our mistake. Finished. Now let us see our VPN manager tunnels. All the tunnels are up and running now. Let me try to ping 3.1 pinging. 3.100 we have not configured. Let me configure it. Okay. Okay. From this VPC we will try to ping this VPC and traffic will go via DC only. Okay. VPC 10. I will try to ping first 1.1. Able to ping. Let me try to ping 2.1. Let me try to ping 3.1. We are able to ping from this PC till this firewall, right? Let me open this PC now. IP 192.168.3.100/24 3.1. Now let me ping a gateway first 3.1. Able to ping. I will try to ping a DC firewall now. Able to ping. I will try to ping a branch 1 PC. Able to ping, right? So all this traffic is flowing via our DC only. There would be no direct traffic going from this branch to this branch. A traffic would be coming from a DC. If this wants to go to, okay, let us do a trace route. Then we'll see how it is happening. Trace route 192.168 3.1. Okay, if you see, it is going to our gateway, then it is going to 1.1, right, which means our DC firewall. 1.1 is our DC, right? So let me ping again 3.1. Sorry, ping is working fine. It is going via our DC. Let me do a trace for a 3.100. Now if you see, traffic is going to first my gateway, which is on branch 2. From this going to branch 2, then it is going to a DC, then it is going to our branch 2. Sorry, from VPC it is going to our branch 1 gateway, then traffic will come to DC, then DC to branch 2, then it is going to our gateway, right, or this particular VPC. There is no traffic going from this firewall to this firewall directly. Whenever branches want to communicate, traffic will go from a DC and it will go to a branch. Okay, is it clear? Any questions, guys, in this?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, so see, now we have done this all these things, a manual configuration or via VPN manager, and still we are doing a static route configuration, right? When I am having a 50 branches or 100 branches, every time I cannot go over, I cannot be reliable on a static routes. I wanted to run a BGP or any routing protocol between my VPN tunnels. I am having a VPN. I wanted to configure a VPN between this and a VPN between this. Okay, and I wanted to use a BGP or any routing protocol on top of my tunnel. That we will try to do it tomorrow again. How to configure a multi-point VPN, point to multi-point. Now if you see what type of VPN we are having a point to point VPN. There would be separate VPN from this to this. Okay, separate tunnel or separate interface configured here. Okay, like hub 1 or hub 2 configured, right? Then from DC to this firewall also there is separate interface configured like hub 3. This is called a point to point VPN. There is no direct VPN available between or there is no multi-point VPN. There would be two interfaces. On a DC, if you see, we are having two phase 1 interface, two phase 2 interfaces, right? Let me show you. Because for each firewall we are creating separate interface. If you see, we'll go to device manager, DC, system, interface. See, there is separate interface for hub 2 and separate interface for hub 3. For different branches, different interface would be created in our DC. This is called a point-to-point IPsec tunnel or point-to-point star topology. Now I don't want a point-to-point star topology. I want a point-to-multipoint. On a DC, there would be single interface created. Okay, there would be single IPsec phase 1 interface created and a phase 2 interface created. Then this one particular point would be connecting to everyone now. Suppose I am having how many firewalls at a remote sites. Everything would be connecting to one single point. This is called a point-to-multipoint VPN. Okay, is it clear? And on top of this, we would be running a BGP protocol. So we don't need to have any manual configuration required at any of the branch or any of the DC site. Then we can do this easily. Okay, we will try to do this configuration by tomorrow and we'll see how it works.
Okay, great.
Okay. So tomorrow would be the last class. We'll
Yeah, okay.
close this point-to-multipoint VPN and then we'll be concluding.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thanks very much and see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.